Welcome custodians. In this video we will discuss chapter 4 of history, that is the tribal communities. So let's start. There were many tribal groups like the Mundas, the Santhals, the Orans in Chota Nagpur region, the Baigas, the Gonds and Khonds in central India, and the Khasis and Nagas in the northeast. The tribal society was actually not following the rules laid down by Brahmins. That is, there was no classification as Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudras. The land was owned by the whole tribe, a distinct culture of their own without any external interference is a remarkable feature of the tribes now and in those times. The tribals, they dependent on the natural resources primarily. Some of the tribal people, they were living nomadic lifestyle, whereas some were the permanent settlers, and they were also engaged in different types of activities like shifting cultivation, hunting gathering, herding rearing and settled agriculture. The tribes in central India and northeast generally practice the jhum cultivation or slash and burn cultivation or the shifting cultivation. A patch of land was selected and cleaned by cutting down the trees or burning the natural vegetation of that particular patch of land. The land was cultivated for some years continuously, and when the fertility of the soil or that patch of land declined or decreased, the land was abandoned and they moved to a new area in search of a new patch of land. This was shifting cultivation or the jhum cultivation or slash and burn cultivation. The tribals, they were dependent on forests. Some of the tribal people, they carried out their living by hunting and gathering forest product like fruits, roots, honey and medicinal herbs from the forest. These products were either consumed or sold in the local market. Some form of barter system, that is a system in which one good is exchanged by other good from other person who is in need of the good which the first person is holding. So barter system sort of things, they were prevalent, it is assumed. The tribal groups, they exchanged milk products and wool for rice and other grains. The forest was the source for firewood also, and when the forest was no longer able to supply them with their needs, they moved from that forest to another forest. So basically they were the people of the forest. Why? Because they moved from one forest to another. They were taking out all their needs. They were getting fulfilled all their needs from the forest and forest products itself. So that's why they are also known as the people of the forest. Herding rearing was one of the occupation or major occupation of the tribal groups which moved from one place to another along with their herds of sheep or cattle. The supply of food for these animals, once it got exhausted in an area, these herders and rearers, since they were involved in herding and rearing, they used to move from one place to another. Settled agriculture. With the passage of time, many tribals, they settled down permanently at one place and started cultivation of crops on fields near their houses. The land was not a private property, it was actually belonging to the clan, and in these cases, the tribals, they shared the harvested crop according to the different needs of different households. The Mundas and Santhals, they took to settled agriculture in a big way. Now, as we know, the British, they came, they were mere a trading body. They came to India, they entered India, and eventually they became the masters of India. So basically, they started exploiting India. First, they started utilizing, and later on finding the political instability, they started using their tricks to exploit India for their own benefits. And for this, they introduced many policies, and even the tribal people, with the introduction of such policies, the tribal people were also get affected. So what were the policies, or what were the changes that were brought about by British rule in the life of the tribal people? Like, the tribals, they were dispossessed of their land. The company took over the large land areas which were cultivated by the tribals. The landless tribals, they became wage laborers and were forced to grow cash crops due to increasing industrialization in Europe. Also, the wages which were paid to these tribal people, they were very low, and once they resisted the loss of their land, they considered themselves that the land was belonging to them, and they were, that is, the tribals were the natural owners of the land they had been cultivating from the last time or for centuries. Also, the company introduced and imposed new taxes in order to extract high revenue, and the company, it not only deprived of all the tribal groups from their land, but in fact the company, at the will of the peasant, was giving away the land again to the farmer or peasant, but the basic condition was to pay a fixed revenue which was very high, and this revenue collection method was also very strict. So once the tribals, they were unable to pay, they were evicted from their land, and in this way the landless tribals, they were pulled out of the forest and they were pushed into forced labor. Settled agriculture. Settled agriculture means the people used to settle and they used to perform agricultural practices. In order to maintain a regular source of income, the company found the pastoralists to be difficult to monitor, as they neither had a permanent home nor a settled occupation. So the tribals, they were forced to become settled agriculturists, and they were forced to pay a fixed amount of revenue to the company. Some of the tribal leaders, they protested, and as the land was either not productive enough on its fertility declined because of continuous cultivation for a few years. Even the laws of the forest, they were changed. The company made changes in the forest law, how forests became the state property, and the collection of forest produce or practicing shifting cultivation on cutting or trees or on hunting and smoke, right? So basically, in some parts, the tribals, they were not even allowed to stay in the forest. And this depriving of the tribals from the forest land changed their entire lifestyle, and the tribals, they tried to protest against these laws. See, the tribal people, they were self sufficient. However, for some of their needs, they were dependent upon outsiders, that is the money lenders or the traders. So basically, the traders, whenever the tribals they need something, the traders used to charge very high prices for the goods which they were selling to the tribals, and the tribals had to take short term loans, and in return they have to pay heavy interest which was being charged or imposed by the money lender on the tribal.